So it's been described as ridiculously funny comedy, simply magical, and of course it is a spoof tale of the one case Sherlock Holmes never wanted mentioned or written about ever. Well, that's acclaimed playwright and comedian Robert Fridjhon's latest production titled Sherlock Holmes, The Curse of the Queen's Diamond, which runs at the Studio Theatre at Montecasino until the 15th of January. It is directed by multi-award-winning Alan Swerdlow and stars Bronwyn Gottwald as well as Craig Jackson. Well, the two are here. Fridjhon and Gottwald join us now to tell us more about the production. Robert, good morning. Let's start with, we're going to come to Bronwyn just now. Robert, let's start with you. I mean, what inspired this production? I know it was Sherlock Holmes, but this side of the Sherlock Holmes tales that we don't know.
Well, it's an original tale that we wrote. What has inspired it? We were asked to write something for the Studio Theatre for December, something entertaining, and we thought Sherlock Holmes is very popular at the moment, so we thought we'd go along with that and write our own story, an original story.
Tell us a little bit about what went into writing this and, you know, making sure that it's funny. Because, I mean, I read the reviews and somebody said it's ridiculously funny. You know,
it's very silly.
Well,
I say we because we pretty much wrote it together.
Yes.
We had to. We had 4 months in which to put a new play on, which is incredibly short. So I couldn't have done it on my own. We first wrote a very dignified story and then found the comedy in that. We didn't want to go straight to the route of making jokes automatically without writing a good story. So we wrote something that plausibly could be a Conan Doyle story and then made it silly.
Bronwyn, let's bring you into this conversation. You're co-writer as well.
Rob wrote most of it. I would say that I was assistant writer.
Yeah. Why assistant writer if you wrote most of it? Tell us about that process of writing it. You know, Robert says you guys went into the serious stuff and then found the comedy in that. Tell us a little bit about your version of events.
Well, for me, there was a lot of research because I took on that bulk of the work, which was really fun because I love research and I love history. And so the research really led us to the story because we kept finding these really great little gems of historical info that fitted so well into the kind of story we wanted to write. So we had to combine, obviously, our own creative ideas with historically what really happened. And it was great because they converged so well. It was meant to be. Yeah.
So now you've written it. It must be on stage. Yeah. Tell us about casting now. What then happens? You know, who do you have in mind? Yes, you have Bronwyn, and then it's the two of you, but then there must be a third person.
We cast ourselves, obviously.
You got it.
There must be a third person that comes in there as well. Tell us a little bit. Craig Jackson, is it?
Ah, he's fabulous. I met him on the set of a TV series in which he had a huge part in this national television series. So viewers might know him from that, from Black Sails. And I was on that in the 4th season. So we met there and hit it off straight away.
Yeah.
We're both Monty Python fans, Goon Show fans, and we just, from the moment we met, and when I came back from Black Sails, I said to Bronwyn, he's got to be in the show. I found our third wheel, and he's fantastic.
I think the Goon Show was the clincher.
Yeah.
The fact that they're both Goon Show fans.
Yeah. And he's the third wheel in it?
Yes, there are only 3 of us.
Yeah.
And the 3 of us have to play about 28 characters, which is what makes it ridiculous as well.
Yeah. All right. And talk to us about being part of this production. I mean, you opened it earlier in the month. What has been the highlight so far, though?
The highlight is being able to be on stage every night and produce one's own work and having people laugh and love it and get it.
And what's that like, though, having to play in between these two Goon fans?
It's wonderful because the silliness is magical. It's great to be part of, and I'm also now a Goons fan.
We made her a Goons fan.
They forced me to become one.
Yeah. And, you know, what are the reviews? What are you hearing from the public that have seen it, and what has been the highlight for you?
The public have been amazing, and the highlight has been the fact that we're fuller and fuller. In fact, this last week we were sold out, and this week is pretty much sold out as well. That's been amazing, and the response from the audience at night is just, it makes you want to come back and do it again. It's so lovely that people are coming to have a really good laugh. It's been a stressful year, And I think people just want to have a laugh and just forget about
Yeah.
their troubles for 2.5 hours. And that's been lovely. And the responses have been incredible.
Yeah. Was there ever a time when you questioned whether it's funny enough? You
Oh,
know,
yeah.
it's one thing when you're writing and you guys are laughing between the two of you, and maybe with Craig as well, it's funny between the three of you, and then you think, but are they going to think it's funny?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the
happens
acid
every
test,
time.
yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
is that first performance is terrifying because it's not when you ultimately know, but it's certainly it gives one a very good idea of whether or not what you've written is funny and it works.
Yeah.
So it is terrifying.
Yeah. Working with Alan, though, what was that like? I mean, here's your vision, and then he needs to translate it onto stage.
Yeah.
What was that?
I've worked with Alan many times. He's very good. He's a very good puppet master. We've got very clear ideas of what the show should look like, and what we want to do as characters and actors. But you can't direct yourself. You need an outside eye, and he's very good at taking, in this case, 3 actors who are all trying to try things and create and invent business. And he's very good at just pulling little strings and putting it all together, he's a very good director in that sense.
Yeah. And, you know, all these different characters. Robert mentioned about you guys play all these different characters. I mean, what is the challenge in that? In tapping onto these different, almost like speaking to actors over the years, it's like different personalities and just, you know, you're all over the place.
I think because it's funny, you know, the challenge is not having to get into these serious characters. It's more having to get into the costumes really quickly.
Yeah.
And remember what accent you're doing for that character.
Yeah.
So it's the madness of it that really is the challenge. But it's so fun.
Yeah.
That it doesn't really feel like a challenge.
Yeah.
I mean, and once you're doing it, it's so quick. The character changes come rapid fire. So
It just
there's no time really to think about it.
Yeah.
You just go for it.
You just have to go through it. And the message, though, Robert, what are you trying to say with this production?
I'm trying to say, have fun and laugh. I think there is quite a sweet message. Not a sweet message. We discovered in our research a very fascinating story. I don't want to go into too much detail now, about a Maharaja. He was the Maharaja of the Punjab, and when the British annexed the Punjab in 1840s, he was exiled to England. And it's quite a sad story. So it was fascinating learning about that. And there's lots of social commentary about empire and British rule, and it gets a lot of laughs because that's sort of colonialism is quite a touchy subject at the moment. So I'm having little digs at British Empire, but I suppose really there's no real heavy message at all. It's just a fun, rollicking evening, that's all.
All right, so you're at Montecasino, and I believe you're heading to Cape Town afterwards.
We're at Montecasino, 1 more week at Montecasino.
Yeah.
And it really is filling out really quickly. I mean, it's amazing.
Yeah.
And then we're going to Theatre in the Bay in Camps Bay for 2 weeks after
2
that.
weeks.
Yes.
How terrible is that?
I know.
I know, it's dreadful. Walk out of the theatre onto the beach. It's brilliant.
Stunning. Yeah.
And, you know, for you, Bronwyn, when you get on stage, how important is it that this synergy sort of works together between Robert and Craig and yourself so that there's harmony there?
It's essential.
Yeah.
And the 3 of us work so beautifully together that it's immediate. And, well, it starts in the dressing room, really.
Yeah.
When we're all getting ready, and there's a lot of banter and silliness in the dressing room. So the harmony is created instantly. It's a beautiful team.
All right, sounds like a lot of fun. I have to go see it. Thank you so much, Robert and Bronwyn. They are the writers, assistant writer. I don't know why you can't say just the writer.
I know.
Assistant writer. You wrote the majority of it.
No, Rob wrote the majority.
About the latest production, Sherlock Holmes, The Curse of the Queen's Diamond, at Studio Theatre at Montecasino until the 15th of January. And then Theatre on the Bay that week after. All right, let's take a